Hi everyone and welcome back. Today I have a Tam Beauty, which is Makeup Revolution and Freedom Halloween makeup haul. And first things first, I know the lighting is terrible, it's kind of coming from this side of my face. That's just because the weather at the moment, the sun's just coming in and out and there's nothing I can do to control that. And also the flat I live in is a weird layout, so there's no good locations to film, so this is the best that I've got. I'm having to film on my phone, so the quality is not as good as it normally is, that's why. So I'm going to start with the first thing I got, which was the kind of most unusual thing. Even though these were all kind of Halloween product, I got the most sort of neutral things I could, because I'm obviously not going to use them for like Halloween makeup look, or if I did, that would obviously only be one. So I kind of wanted them to be things that I could use every day. But having said that, I probably need to explain this a bit, because this is the SFX Ghost Whitener, and I don't have my receipt, but I think this was around £3, but I'll put all the prices below. The reason I got this was because, as you can probably tell, I am ridiculously pale and no foundation matches my skin tone at all, or if they do, it's still a couple of shades darker. And I've been meaning to get the whitening drops from, I think it's Gosh, for quite a while now. Everywhere I've looked for whitening drops to basically lighten your foundation, they've been quite expensive, whereas this is basically the same thing, but as it's marketed as a Halloween product, it's cheaper. So I thought I would get this and it would basically do the same thing. It did seem quite thick when I did use this originally. I haven't used this yet, but I mean, when I swatched it originally, it did seem quite thick. So I'm just going to use this to basically mix in with my foundation and hopefully lighten it up. So that's it completely swatched out, but it does seem quite drying, so I don't know how well that's going to mix with my foundation. The next thing I got was a lipstick set. This is the Revolution Beyond Vamp. Oh, and this was from Freedom, I don't think I said that. This is the Revolution Beyond Vamp matte lipstick collection, and there's 3 matte lipsticks in here, and they're obviously that sort of vampy tone. I believe this was, it was either £3 or £5. I think it was £3 because these lipsticks I know tend to be £1 each. I think the matte lipsticks are a fairly new launch for Makeup Revolution, and I've been really into matte lipsticks as well lately. And I tend to buy the Kylie Jenner lip kits, but they are quite expensive, so it's nice to have cheap alternatives. So these come in a red packaging, whereas the normal Makeup Revolution ones tend to either be a rose gold or a black packaging. But they do have the rose gold, what would you call this bit? This bit, I don't know what it's called. Okay, the camera angle has just changed. It's because my phone ran out of memory and obviously stopped recording, and I didn't realise till I'd nearly done the video. So I'm just going to carry on. I can't remember where I got up to. I think it was the lipsticks. So let's see. This is the Give Them Darkness lipstick, and this is kind of a blacky green. So I don't think I'm going to wear this one, but there were 2 colours that I wanted in the set, and it was only £3, so I thought might as well just get the set anyway. And this is what this swatch is like. So not my colour at all. I mean, I get that these are obviously meant to be for Halloween. Even for a Halloween look, I don't think I would use that. So that one's a bit of a miss. I'll probably end up giving that away, but I don't really know who would want it. These lipsticks do swatch really nicely, but they are just a titchy bit dry, but I think that's kind of the case with most matte lipsticks anyway. And then the next one is the Ultra Vamp Matte, and this one is much more of a burgundy, so that is that one. And then the next colour is the shade Beyond Vamp, and this one is much more of a, I would say almost cranberry shade. It's a lot more pink than the last colour. So that's the 3 lipstick swatch there. Okay, so the next product I got was the Makeup Revolution Ghost Powder, and I got this with kind of the same concept in mind as I bought the Ghost Whitener for, so it's obviously not to use it to make my face completely white. I got this for, again, if I have too dark a foundation, I can kind of lighten it. And I also got this for baking under my eyes, so I haven't used this yet. As you can see, it's probably still in its packaging. This I think was £2-3, so again it was really affordable, and as it was marketed as a Halloween product, it was of course cheaper than if I was just to buy a white powder. So this is what it looks like. It swivels out of the case. It does seem quite stiff to do that. So that's the powder itself, and then it does have a mirror on the back, which is obviously meant for on the go, but I can't see me really taking this out. And then you've also got a makeup sponge as well. So I think for a budget product, the packaging on this is really good. And then the last thing I got, this is the most exciting thing. This is the Dead Are Alive palette, which kind of sounds like Day of the Dead, which is basically the Mexican version of Halloween. This is one of their limited edition Halloween products. There was also another palette, which I can't remember the name, but that was too dark for me. That was much more of a smoky palette, and this was £6. So this is what all of the colours look like. I think that's the way up. And again, it's just in the standard Makeup Revolution packaging, and then you get one of these NAF eyeshadow brushes in it. And so these colours do all have names, but they come on one of these sorts of sheets. And so that is what all of the colours look like. What I'm going to going to do is I'm going to include a cutaway swatch of all of the colours. I think that would be the best way to do it. So just swatching them, they are really creamy and easy to apply, much like all of the Makeup Revolution eyeshadows I've had. And especially the top row, this seems like it will be a really good eyeshadow palette for the winter, so I do think I am going to get a lot of use out of this. Even though it was marketed as a Halloween palette, the colours in it do seem really neutral. So that was my Halloween makeup haul from Freedom and Makeup Revolution. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you soon.